Welcome back. You did not unsubscribe, so thank you very much. This is your second email about the community that Taylor and I are building and excited to share with you here before long. There's going to be another email next week, so make sure you stay subscribed. If anytime you feel like this community is not right for you, you're not interested in it, feel free to unsubscribe. You're not going to hurt our feelings. We'll still be your friend. We'll still talk to you on Twitter. No hard feelings if that's the case. But today, Taylor and I wanted to share some answers to a few questions that we've been getting, and we think will also kind of help paint the picture of what to expect from this community. So stay tuned as Taylor and I tell you about why we wanted to start this on an independent, individual level, who this is for, how this is going to help them, and what problem we're trying to solve with this community. So thanks again for staying. Again, if you feel the need to unsubscribe, that's okay. We'll still be your friend, but stay tuned because next week's email will have a very exciting announcement that I can't wait to share with you. So thanks again, and we will talk to you all in a little bit. Be sure to stay tuned for the answers to these questions to learn more about the why, who, and everything behind this.
So about 5 years ago, after a really valuable meeting with another advisor, I told my wife that going forward, I was going to make it a priority to have coffee or lunch or happy hour or even a video chat with another advisor every single week. And she thought I was insane, but I've stuck with that commitment, and I can honestly say that I would not have survived without the help and support from other financial advisors. I'm starting this community because it's something that I personally want and that I need, not just to survive, but to thrive over the next 5 years and beyond. Also, as some of you guys know all too well, it takes a lot of time and sometimes even money to connect with other successful advisors, coordinate calendars, go back and forth with emails, and schedule meetings. I also realized that so many other advisors could benefit from these one-on-one conversations that I'm having, and I just started to wonder how much more valuable this conversation would be if there were 10, 20, or even 50 other advisors involved. So I want to create this community to make it easy for us like-minded advisors to connect and collaborate and grow together, both professionally and personally.
So why did I want to start a community? I wanted to start a community because this is something that I wish I had when I first started. If I go back in my career, back to when I was at the insurance company or the bank or the 403B company, when I was at those places, and even at the independent firm before I started my firm, I always felt like I was alone, even though I was surrounded by people. I wasn't surrounded by other advisors who viewed the profession the same way I did or had the same goals of building a practice. And not that that was wrong with what they wanted to do, it just wasn't in line with me. So I didn't really have anybody to go to and exchange ideas with or talk to that I knew I would get good feedback or I could learn from, because we were just on different paths. Fast forward to starting my own firm, I was alone. It was just me. I was on an island by myself. And eventually I built out a network of other advisors that I could pick up the phone or hop on a Zoom conference with to have these conversations and learn from and ask questions. But still, it wasn't quite the same of being a part of a bigger community where I could always go and know that there's going to be a lot of information. Twitter met that a little bit initially, and I love being on Twitter. Everybody knows my love for FinTwit. But at the same time, Twitter is still very surface level. And you might get some of those conversations that are very meaningful happening offline or in DMs, but they are still very limited in what you can do, and not everybody gets to participate. So you may have a thread that goes out, there may be some good points being made, there may be a conversation that happens off on the side, but everybody else who may have wanted to hear that misses out on it. Having a community where these conversations can happen in an open forum where other people can contribute and other people can learn from it, that's very exciting to me. So there are very selfish reasons, if I'm being honest, as to why I want to start this community. Selfish in that I wish I had it before, selfish in that I want it today because I still have a lot to learn, and there are a lot of other advisors out there doing tremendous things that I want to learn about to see how I can improve myself as a financial advisor, as a business owner, as a person. So I want to learn from others. I'm very collaborative, so that fits that need. And then I'm excited to share this with other advisors, whether they be new advisors, experienced advisors, transitioning advisor, it doesn't matter. I want this community for other people because I know how much it would have helped me through my career. So that is my why behind this. It initially is selfish, it's something that I want, but I also want to share with others. I believe, and I've written about it before, that we are only as good as our peers. So if we all get better through this community, that means our profession's getting better and everybody benefits from that. So this is really a collective effort to improve ourselves, improve our profession, which is good for everybody.
As many of you guys know, it takes a lot of time and effort to connect with other successful advisors, coordinate calendars, and schedule meetings week after week after week. Also, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I walk away from these conversations and I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed and paralyzed without any clear plan of action. Like, I heard something really cool and I know I want to make some changes to my life or my business, but I don't always know where to begin. Even worse, I don't have someone to hold me accountable to making these changes all the time. So my goal for this community is to not only create a place for us advisors to connect and collaborate and engage, but to equip us with the resources that we need to take action and create this dedicated group of professionals that can hold each other accountable to making these positive changes to our personal and our professional lives. Lastly, I've been a student of this industry for 12 years now, and I want to continue learning and I want to continue to be challenged, but not just from people inside of this profession, also from experts in other industries. I'm ready to get outside of this bubble and get a different perspective. So that's going to be a big focus in this community.
The problem that this is solving is that there's not one place to go. There are other communities out there, but there's no other community that the sole focus is the community itself. We have no other objective other than getting advisors together who are like-minded, who want to grow, who want to try new things, who are forward-thinking and want to improve our profession. There's nowhere else for everybody to collectively go. I spend time on Twitter, and that is an area, but that's very surface level. You can't get beyond 280 characters, and then if you do, it's through a DM or it's a conversation that happens offline, but not everybody gets to participate in this. So this is an area that conversations can be had. Other advisors can come into the conversation after the fact and contribute, and we can all see and share together. So I don't think today, at least that I know of, there's no community specifically for financial advisors. Doesn't matter if you're CFP, doesn't matter if you're fee only, doesn't matter if you're hybrid. It's more about, are you a financial advisor wanting to grow? Are you forward thinking? Are you trying to improve the profession? If so, where do you go to talk to other like-minded advisors? There's nowhere to do that today. That is why this community needs to exist. That's why I'm so excited about putting it out there, is now we will all have a place to get together and get better together and grow and help more people. And we've got some fun things that I'm not going to tell you about today to make this community even better and the experience even better outside of the online community. So you can take that and you can read into that whatever you want, but we've got some exciting things planned. So I think this community is needed to give us a place to come together and share and grow and have it all be in one place so we can all benefit from the knowledge that's exchanged.
This community is for advisors that don't view other advisors as their competitor, but as their peer who they can learn from and collaborate and grow alongside with. It's for advisors that aren't okay with feeling stagnant, that want to be challenged and want to continue to take action. It's for advisors that are just getting started and they're feeling lost. But it's also for advisors who have been at it for 30 plus years and they want to continue to stay ahead of the curve and they want to learn and they want to grow. It's for advisors that often feel like they're on an island and they don't have a group of like-minded professionals where they can share ideas and get honest feedback and be challenged and continue to grow as an advisor, but also as a friend, as a spouse, and as a parent. It's for advisors who are always asking themselves, what's next? Like, I've done X, Y, and Z, but what's next? What else can I be doing? What are others doing? And it's especially for advisors who are forward thinking and innovative and have an interest in content marketing, writing blogs, creating podcasts, doing video like this, and getting good educational content in the hands of consumers. So if any of this sounds like you, we would love for you to join us on this journey.
So who is this community for? This community is for financial advisors. Unfortunately, our friends from outside the advisor community are not going to be able to participate in this great community. We can still have conversations on Twitter. We'll see you at the conferences and continue conversations there. But for the purpose of this community, you have to be a financial advisor. And you have to be a financial advisor looking to grow in a collaborative way. Meaning, you can't just come into the community and not participate. The only way that this works is for the participation of all of you. We all get better together, so we want to make sure that the members are collaborative, sharing ideas, giving feedback, asking questions, because these conversations are what's going to help all of us grow and get better. It's going to feed the content that we bring in to help elevate all of us as advisors. You also want to be interested in growing personally just as much as professionally. I know for Taylor and for I, finding that balance between work and home life is very important, and that's going to be something that we're going to be addressing inside here and encouraging as well. There's going to be the accountability of making sure that it's not all just work, that we're also growing better as people, because if we become better people, we become better advisors. How are we going to foster all of this growth? Well, first off is just providing the platform, providing the infrastructure for these conversations to happen and live. Now, this is not just going to be a community for socializing and killing time. That's what Twitter's for. This is not going to be FinTwit version 2. Taylor and I are working very hard. We've got a great lineup and great infrastructure in that's going to be a series of webinars, guest speakers, question and answer sessions, and then also community highlights, meaning we're going to have other advisors from within the community. It's not always going to be Taylor and I talking about the things that they have become experts in, sharing what they're doing, that they're seeing success in their businesses with the greater community, so we can all get better together. I told you earlier that I'm a big believer in that if our peers are getting better, we're all getting better, and that's good for the profession, and what's good for the profession is good for us. So financial advisors looking to grow, finding that balance between personal and professional, and being collaborative. We're going to bring a lot of great content in, whether it's Taylor and I creating it or going out and bringing experts. And these experts are not always going to be from the financial community. We learn more if we get different perspectives from outside. So we have some very exciting guests to bring in, one of which we're going to announce next week for the beta group. I can't wait, but that is what the group is going to be about. The community is going to be for those advisors looking to grow in a collaborative way together, looking to try new things, be innovative, live our entrepreneurial dreams out through our profession. That's who this community is for, and that's how Taylor and I are going to help this grow. The final thing I want to stress is that this community is going to evolve, meaning that the way we set out in the beta group and the way that it starts out next year will not be the same community as it is in 3, 4, 5 years down the road. As we go through and we have new needs, new things come out in the profession, new ideas of growing, new ideas for marketing, we're going to be evolving the group to stay up to date and try to stay ahead of the curve, because ultimately that's where I want to be. I don't want to be doing the things that everybody has been doing. I want to do the things that people are going to be doing, and I want to be doing it first, and I want us to be leading that charge as a group. So I'm really excited, if you can't tell. I can't wait for you to get next week's email and for us to open up the beta group in September, get things rolling in October, and bring everybody in the beginning of next year. So thanks again for sticking with us through the first couple emails. There's one more next week. As I mentioned early on, if you feel like you want to unsubscribe, you're not going to hurt our feelings. We want to make sure we have the right people in this community. It's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. But the more of the right people we get in, the better we all get, and this will be a huge success, and I just can't wait to be doing all this. So thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for next week's email as well. So there you have it. Hopefully you have some more answers between the body of this email and this video that you just watched about what this community is all about. Hopefully you can see the excitement in Taylor and I. We spent the day together in St. Louis on Monday. He happened to be over there, so I drove there and back to make sure that we're making a lot of progress on this community, so it'll be ready for you and it'll be a huge success right out the gate. If you know of any other advisors that may not know about what we're doing but would be a good fit, go ahead and forward this email to them. Get them on the email list so they can learn more about it. Because again, the more of the right advisors we get in, the more resources we have, the more ideas, the better we all get. And again, we all get better together. I can't stress that enough, which is why I'm so excited about getting this community together, getting everybody together, and blazing the path for the future for our profession. So be sure to share this for anybody that you know is not already on the email list, and help us get more great members in, because again, we all benefit together.